Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to a reading for the week of September 5th. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to take a look in your first row at your current general energies, or just the energies you'll be dealing with. New moon in Virgo, so that looks good. And you also have the sun and the star. Are you kidding? I like the look of that. I don't like the Nine of Swords, but the rest of that is amazing. Next, we're going to look at the unexpected in the next row, and I like that card as well. It's a card all about manifesting. Next, we're going to look at what you need to know at this time in your third row here. Then at the end, we're going to look at any advice or messages from your guides in this last row. And on top of that, we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards as well. And I will give you time to think of your questions. But let's see here, Virgo. You start off with this new moon in Virgo. It says a time to give rather than take. I mean, I feel, just we are in a time of co-creation. So anything you can do to kind of keep the flow of the energy going would be very beneficial at this time. Again, giving doesn't mean you're giving and giving and giving until you have nothing left to give. So I always like to make sure that people give in balance. For the most part, I think that us spiritual people give too much anyway. So, I make sure that you're giving in balance. Of course, you can't give from an empty cup, as they say. But like I said, you have the sun and the star here. The sun and the star are fame and fortune, but it could also be you presenting something to the world. Again, I feel like people sometimes forget that maybe you create YouTube videos, maybe you create art, maybe you create something else. And things that we create, when you put those out into the world, you are giving to the world. You are sharing of yourself. And you might be doing things like inspiring other people with the star card, just by putting yourself out there, right? So that is giving for sure. And I would make sure to, give as much as you can in that sense. You have the sun, the star, and the Nine of Swords. The sun kind of makes a reading positive overall. So even if there are challenging cards in a reading, the sun can take an entire reading and push it more towards the positive. I do feel there's a general ease to your week this week. He's holding this banner, this little child, and the banner he's holding, it's meant to look like it's very easy for him to handle. It's not like a struggle for him to carry that banner. So I feel that for some of you, where you could be carrying, where just the things you're doing, maybe it's not like perfectly easy, but I feel like there's just a more general energy flow, an easier energy to your week this week. You have the star as well. So definitely a good energy for healing. For those of you that need time to heal, I would take the time to heal. But again, it is a card of inspiration. She's pouring water from the pool of universal consciousness onto the land right here. And that water that she's pouring, that's what represents inspiration, because the water is going out into the world on the card here. And so I feel for a lot of you that you could be inspiring people in your life. And again, that could be very helpful. But I just feel like a lot of luck. You have that ladybird card, this ladybug card next. It says luck on it. So clearly I feel it could be a very lucky week. The Nine of Swords, I feel like saying, get out of your head. Sometimes when things are going so well, I feel like we maybe jump to the negative. So I feel this Nine of Swords is saying, don't immediately jump to the negative when things are going well. Or, again, sometimes I think when things are going well in our life, we say, oh, okay, when's the bad thing going to happen? When is the thing that's going to mess everything up, rear its ugly head? And I feel like this is saying, don't start thinking, no stinking thinking, basically, right? So get out of your head with that energy. But Virgo, let's see what's going on here. With the sun, you have the Ace of Wands, inspiration, happiness. I love the Ace of Wands. To me, it's out with the old, in with the new. There's a castle in the background here that is crumbling, and this Ace of Wands represents something new. So I feel like there's new opportunities, just new things entering into your life with this Ace of Wands energy, and probably new growth as well. So definitely really like to see this. With the star, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can represent a separation, so some of you definitely could be healing from a separation or from some sort of loss, but again, I feel like you're just healing from it, so it doesn't feel like that big of a deal. And with the Nine of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. Some of you could be thinking about past situations where you didn't get what you wanted from the situation with the Four of Cups, because usually with the Four of Cups, we could be thinking about something where we thought things were going to go our way and they just didn't. So I really feel this reading is saying don't focus on that, clearly. I feel like you need to focus on all the luck that is showing up here. In the area of the unexpected, you have this ladybird card. It says luck on it. It says all of your manifesting positive thoughts and visualizations have been heard. So it's like you're going to be manifesting things very, very quickly. And again, if we're manifesting or trying to manifest something and then we jump to the negative, we're going to slow down the manifestation. So this to me is saying, clear out the clutter in your head and make sure that you're focusing on all the lucky things that are happening for you. And again, I feel like you're seeing it with that star card. The star card, again, she's pouring that water onto the land. She sees the manifestations happening, or she sees the good things happening in her life. And the more she focuses on that, the more she gets. So that's what I would do here with this card. You have the Queen of Cups, the Strength card, and the Four of Cups here. Again, with the Four of Cups, he is manifesting things. And I always say, it's like if you were trying to manifest a cake, for example, he maybe has manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he's not manifesting the cake. So you could be manifesting the ingredients with the Four of Cups. And the Star card, which I feel is the dominant energy here in your reading, by the way, I feel like it's encouraging you to look at the big picture, to see that you are manifesting the things you want in your life. Things are going your way, and the more you pay attention to it and notice it, the easier it will be to mix the ingredients together. So I kind of feel that energy where you need to see that things are starting to progress. Maybe not as quickly as you would like, and there could be some frustration because of that. Even the Strength card here can represent a lot of attention. I feel there's a lot of attention. I feel like all the readings I've been doing for you recently have had something about attention. I always say, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? And the answer is nobody. So the Strength card can be an energy of showing off, of getting attention from things, or can represent a display of strength where people are seeing you as inspirational, just like I said with the Star card. So I would keep working on the things that you're working on, because I feel like people are noticing in your life, and I feel like there could be a lot of attention. It's also a card of like working every single day towards the things that you're trying to manifest. The Strength card represents daily step-by-step improvements. So anything you can do with that Four Cups to mix the flour, the sugar, the eggs together would be very helpful. Next, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says, listen to your emotions. She has that big cup, and it really looks like a trophy in front of her. So it's not really like a cup, it's more like a trophy. To me, it represents the fact that she really, really values how she feels about everything that she's doing. So I feel you need to pay attention to how you're feeling about things and truly value your own feelings, and that's going to be how you can quickly manifest something into your life here. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yep, same thing. She is very focused on the pentacle that's in front of her. She's not focused on this rabbit right here. That rabbit represents like fears and anxiety. The pentacle, kind of represents resources and her resources. So she's focused on what she has. She's focused on what she can do. She's not focused on what she can't do. She's not focusing on fears. So she's focusing on the right things. The Nine of Swords is, sometimes they say with the Nine of Swords, you can be the bug or the windshield. Again, has to do with your focus and like what you're focused on. With the Strength card, you have the Ten of Swords. Some of you definitely had a difficult ending. I feel that you're healing from. We know that because of the Star card. Again, I would say it's probably not that bad because, or maybe it was bad, but you're probably in a much better position because of that Sun card for sure. With the Four Cups, you have the Chariot. Again, I feel like really what's unexpected is how quickly you are manifesting the things that you want to manifest in your life this week. So Chariot is as above, so below. He has these stars in his canopy, these moons on his shoulders, and it kind of represents as above, so below, or being able to manifest things very quickly. So I kind of feel like you're manifesting things very quickly in your life with this energy. Next, in the area of what you need to know right now, you have this flexible card. I would be as flexible as possible. Again, obviously, if you're manifesting ingredients in your life, you have to be flexible so that you can mix them together instead of just manifesting, the one big thing or whatever you want in your life all at once, right? So I do feel this is saying be flexible. I feel like everybody needs to be flexible right now because of Uranus and Taurus. With Uranus and Taurus, I feel we can all pretty much have whatever we want, whatever we truly value. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. That energy is an energy of getting the things that you value. But, how we get those things is probably going to be different than what we think. So we just have to be open to different ways of doing things and we'll be successful. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Judgment card here. I feel like you're waking up to maybe your true purpose. I feel like you're discovering your true power. I also feel like you're very close to stepping into your new life is what I feel like saying. You see, these people, they're in their coffins, and they are kind of rising up, but they're not stepping outside the coffin. Outside the coffin represents their new life inside the coffin represents their old life. So they kind of need to step out of the coffin to, step into their new life, so to speak. And I kind of feel that energy for you here with this Judgment card, where I feel you're very close to kind of crossing over to a new world or to something different. You have the Six of Swords here, moving on to calmer shores. So I do feel some of you are leaving something behind. Again, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, letting something go. I do feel if you're hoping that someone will come back in your life, honestly, I feel like you're moving on from this person. So for those of you that might be hoping for someone to come back, I feel that you might be moving on here with this energy. Even though you have the Judgment card, the Judgment card can represent the return of a person, but Ten of Swords in the same diagonal, and also the Ace of Wands, which is encouraging you to move towards something new. So I feel like there's something bigger and better coming into your life. For those of you that have experienced other types of loss, I feel like there's just something bigger and better coming in for you in general. You have the Four of Pentacles, again, holding on tightly to the past. So I do feel it is time to kind of like let go of the past at this time with that Four of Pentacles. But let's see what we have going on for you. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords, spying. So either you're spying on someone, someone's spying on you, someone can't let you go. But I don't know. I feel this is like an immature energy. Everything is talking about an ending with this person here. So if you're dealing with a person from the past, I mean, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, to the Page of Swords, that to me is about letting something go. Even the Six of Swords, completely moving on. Ten of Swords, something is completely dead, done, over with. With the Six of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands, putting up boundaries. It's like, this is the point of no return, is what I would say to you, Virgo. The Six of Swords, the mother and the child, they're leaving everything behind. They're having a completely fresh start, right? And I kind of get that feeling here where this reading is really talking about a fresh start. Seven of Wands about drawing a line in the sand, and not crossing a boundary. It's kind of a card of defending your position at the top of a hill, but to me, after having a fresh start, it could be saying, I am not going past this point any longer. And so I feel that a lot of you could be, this is like a fresh start reading, really. And I feel there's a lot of luck, clearly, a lot of growth, a lot of things you want. Maybe not immediately, but, they're there. With the Judgment card, Six of Wands, definitely success in this rebirth. Or stepping into this new life that you are stepping into. A lot of success, growth, abundance, luck. All those things are there. Next, in the area of advice from your guides, you have this Scorpion card. The Scorpion has this like glowing tail. And in this deck, I'm pretty sure that the author says that it's about getting to like the point of something, getting to the, sharp point, getting to the, brass tacks, getting down to business with something, getting to, the main thing, right? And so I feel for some of you, this is about focus and kind of like red hot focus, making sure that you're kind of getting to the facts and getting rid of all the extra fluff of a situation, right? So some of you could be doing that. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups. I feel for some of you, again, it's reminding me of the story of the Scorpion and the Toad. There's a million versions. Scorpion and the Turtle, Scorpion and the Frog, Scorpion and the whatever. So, Scorpion and the Toad is basically a parable about a scorpion that rides on the back of a toad across water. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically the scorpion stings the toad. Spoiler alert, right? And the toad says, why did you sting me? And the scorpion says, because it's in my nature. For some of you, I feel you've been dealing with a person who might have like a backstabbing nature or might just be controlling. And so for a lot of you, you could be having that realization that a person is a backstabber or is just toxic in general. And I feel you're kind of removing that person from your life. It's like you've had multiple, I feel, choices with the Two of Pentacles to remove this person if you have dealt with this person and now you're finally doing it. For others, again, I feel this is asking you to work on what's important. Remember what I was saying about the point. The Scorpion has that stinger. It's like I feel like there are some things in work or business or whatever it is you do on a daily basis that are important, and there's some other things that aren't important. Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard, but, it's also a figure eight. It's like the energy you put in to something and what you get back. I feel for whatever reason that if whatever you're working on, like as in work is concerned, if you do work, that in we all work, even if we don't have a job, right? You could be working on something like a project. You could be working on your house. I feel like getting to the point, doing the important stuff is what that card is saying. You also have the Ten of Cups, so fortune after difficulty. I do feel a lot of happiness coming in for you this week and a lot of abundance. The Ten of Cups, again, is a card of fortune after difficulty. Amazing card for love. So it is a card of dating, but it's also a card of celebration and happiness in your life. This family is choosing to be happy. The whole point of the Ten of Cups is that they still have to deal with the problems and the issues of the world, but they're choosing to focus on their happiness. So again, with the point, I would focus on things that bring you happiness this week for sure. Let's see here. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Magician. That's probably why. The more clear-headed, the more level-headed and focused you are, the more likely it is that you're going to manifest things quickly in your life. I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to, which is this one right here. And here you go, Between Two Worlds. Literally, that's what this reading is about. I literally said it on that Judgment card, that it's like you're about to step over this threshold or step into a new life, but you're entering into something that's much more abundant. Look, it's colorful over here. It's much more enjoyable. It's not black and white. So really, I see this as major improvements in your life, not improvements, right? But you're having to cross through something. I kind of feel like the Four Cups, the whole ingredients thing, is saying that maybe in your old life, you do have some comforts. Maybe there's a person that's there, but maybe they're a bozo, right? Maybe they're the emperor. Maybe they're a backstabber. So it's like, yeah, that person exists, but are they a good person, or are they good for you? When maybe the Four Cups is saying on the other side, you're going to have to rebuild. Those Four Cups are saying you're going to have to put the ingredients together, but I'm here to tell you that it's going to be worth it. With the Emperor card, you have the Strength card. You do have the Strength card twice. I feel you've been very patient. I feel you've been kind of like working on yourself for probably a few years now here, Virgo, and you've been trying to create improvement. So I feel like you've been very patient with this energy. But I feel like you have more strength than this Emperor does, whatever it is. It might be a situation in your life as well. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, definitely time for you to be bold and assertive. I really feel it's time for you to go for the things that you want and desire. She's extremely bold and assertive. She really, really goes for what she wants, and she, doesn't apologize, right? She is unapologetic in her pursuit of happiness or manifestation or whatever the hell she wants. So I feel like it's time for you to move towards things unapologetically, because clearly you're entering into a much better world, is what this reading is saying to me. So we're going to now pull 3 yes or no question cards here. Virgo, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions, but we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, I would definitely say yes, love or happiness. Your emotions overflowing, so yes. For question number 2, I would say yes, Hierophant. For some of you, this could be, if you're asking about love, there's clearly love coming in for you, and it could lead to marriage. But again, I feel like it needs to be put together. It's like, you have to go through the process. And for question number 3, I would say yes if you work together or work on a team. Then I would definitely say yes. Pretty straightforward reading. Again, kind of a short reading, but I don't know. This week, the readings have been like very straightforward. Matter of fact, it's almost like the universe is saying like, no, this is what you work on to like everybody. So, it makes perfect sense to me, but really good energy. I feel there's a lot of attention for you, and I wouldn't hesitate if you're crossing over a threshold here, is really what this is saying, especially with the Judgment card. Again, you're rising out of a coffin. You're getting ready to step into this new world that's like much more colorful, much nicer, right? So a lot of luck, a lot of manifestation stuff here. So love it. But thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.